Elsewhere in the Europa League, the holders Atletico Madrid are in Israel to take on Hapoel Tel Aviv. And the France captain Hugo Lloris will make his debut for Tottenham against Lazio. Lloris has had to settle for a place on the bench since his big money move from Lyon last month. Lazio are expected to put out a full-strength side, including the German striker Miroslav Klose. While the Italian journalist Federico Farcomeni will be at White Hart Lane later for the match. Federico, thanks so much for joining us. Lazio have been in great form this season, haven't they? Do you think they can challenge in the Europa League and also for the Serie A title this year?
Hello, John. Good evening, everybody. Yes, Lazio have been doing really well. 100% start to this season in the league, so there is not much expectation, I would say, for this Europa League campaign. But, they just reached one UEFA Cup final in '98, and this is definitely much different than that side that, used to reach European finals at will. But, you never know. I mean, Petkovic, the manager yesterday during the press conference, said maybe Tottenham can, go all the way. They can try go all the way. We will just try to win this game, so go step after step.
And this fixture, for me, brings back great memories of one of the big characters in football, Paul Gascoigne. It's about 20 years since he moved from Tottenham to Lazio. He won't be at the game today, unfortunately, due to health problems. But I know the fans, who I can hear in the background there, chanting and singing, the Lazio fans, they still really love him, don't they? And the Lazio general manager has described him as a mythical figure. Is he really remembered in Italy and a popular figure in Italy?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, especially in Rome among, Lazio fans, he's a total legend. They just love, the way he was. And I think, they would just like to see him a bit happier, perhaps, because, this all the bad news surrounding him makes fans sad, I think. So that's the only thing. But, when I was a kid, I can remember all the banners hung around the city, around Rome and everywhere, saying Io ci credo, which means I believe in it, which basically was just after Lazio got Paul Gascoigne from Tottenham. They were starting, fans were starting to dream, and the club was, the club themselves, they was, trying to keep the momentum with his arrival. So they were hanging banners everywhere to show everyone that Lazio could be capable of, pushing out surprise, perhaps in the league. Because let's not forget, Sampdoria had just won the league in '91, so basically nobody couldn't see why Lazio couldn't do the same. But that was, it took time. It took time because eventually they just won in 2000.
Great memories of Gazza. We wish him well, of course. Let's hear from the Tottenham manager, Andre Villas-Boas. Spurs resting players for this fixture. Lazio aren't. And Villas-Boas admits it's difficult to deal with the demands the competition places on his squad.
The squad has a lot of players at the moment that we can't count on. So we are 18 players available, and in between them we have enough quality for us to take us through these initial stages of the competition. But we understand that it's important to respect that rest relationship with the playing time. So we need to be very, very careful from now on, to be fair.
Federico Farcomeni is still with us in amongst the Lazio fans in North London ahead of the game. Looks as though Spurs aren't taking it as seriously as Lazio. So how do you see it going later today, Federico? How do you see this match going?
Yeah, well, I'm in Liverpool Street, so I think fans are supposed to be escorted to the ground via the National Rail. But yeah, I see Lazio taking it a bit more seriously than Tottenham, and maybe they can get a draw at least. I don't know, score draw, perhaps 1-1, 2-1. I think it would be a good result. Although, on the Italian press today, much has been said about Gareth Bale, how Lazio is going to cope with his threatening, pace on the left. So apparently the manager eventually will choose to field Lionel Scaloni, which is a former West Ham man, and he's more defensive, so he should be able to try to counter, Gareth Bale. But that's the real concern, although everybody, I think, is quite happy that German Defoe apparently is not playing.
Thanks very much, Federico. Well done for shouting above the fans there. Sounds like a fantastic atmosphere, the Lazio fans getting...